I just got my hands on Figma Make, and honestly, I wasn't expecting this. It literally just became available to all paid plans, and after seeing what it can actually do on other videos and previews, I had to test it immediately. For those who don't know, Figma Make is basically AI that turns your prompts or existing designs into functional web apps. And we're talking about real interactive prototypes with their own URLs, all through conversation with AI. How amazing this will be. But here's the question, does it actually work the way they claim? I'm going to test this live with no preparation, sharing my honest first impressions as someone who's been using Figma for some years. Let's see if this lives up to the hype or if it's just another AI feature that we will forget about in a month. So to create a Figma Make, you go here to create and select Make. Okay, now the UI is pretty similar to what we have on Figma. Of course, to make it consistent, we have this left-hand sidebar to generate our prompts and iterate with the model, the AI model. And here we have already a set of predefined suggestions from Figma, but you can also type your idea and paste a Figma frame if you are starting already with some designs. And here on the right-hand side, you have the preview, which will preview the UI after you generate the prompts, and also the code that contains or builds your prototype or web application. But we will see this in a moment. So for the first use case, let's try out the suggestions that Figma Make is giving to us. So we have sign up flow, data dashboard, gradient gallery. I will use probably the hardest, I think. So I'll click on data dashboard, and it automatically generates some prompts to me. And yeah, so it gives here, so create an intuitive and visually appealing dashboard that provides user with sticky top nav bar with logo. So it's already suggesting some components that will contain in the dashboard, but doesn't suggest me the theme. So the theme can use blue colors and have a modern style. And let's say that I want to use sans serif fonts. Okay, then you can add here your designs. I don't have it for now. Select libraries, point and edit. But for now, let's send the prompt and see what we can get. And the model now is thinking. So they switch to reasoning, and basically reasoning is that this AI model is thinking through my request, analyzing what I asked and planning how to approach it. So as you can see, his response here, I'll create a modern dashboard with blue color scheme featuring sticky navigation, and is here summarizing the main details of the things that he will build. And then you see here a miniature with some code, but if you go here to the code toggle button and activate it, you can see directly generating the code, which is amazing. And from a designer perspective, this is great because I don't need to code to have some kind of results that are almost ready to publish as far as they promise. But from a development perspective, I'm not sure if this is the best code, the cleanest one, and I will not evaluate that because I'm not an expert on that. So going back to preview, we still don't have our final design. Of course, this will take time, and depending on the hours, if this works like ChatGPT and Claude and any other AI tools, if there's a lot of people using the tool in the same moment, I think it will take more time, but also it depends on the request. I'm requesting here a dashboard, which is a very complex thing to do. But either way, even if this is 1 minute or 5 minutes, I'm hoping to get an advanced dashboard almost finalized. As you can see, the potential here is that in 5 minutes, you will get an idea of a dashboard. And I think it's here where AI can help us. Okay, so we have this white loading screen. How does this look? I don't even have it yet. Okay, so so here's our dashboard, the version 1. So you have here the success hint or the positive message that the version 1 is done for this dashboard interface. And as you can see, That's awesome already. So we have a lot of information here. This is random data. Of course, to adapt this, you will need to try to change this. But as far as I read in Figma website, you can also connect this with databases, but let's talk about it later on. But you have here the dashboard logo, the menus, nothing is clickable, but they have overs, as you can see here, that you also have tooltips if you hover the dashboard. Awesome. Yeah, that's really great. Okay, monthly goals. Of course, I'm seeing here some components that in my case, I wouldn't do this way. For example, this one, I wouldn't use it like this. I think it's occupying a lot of space for the thing it represents. But yeah, it depends on the use case. And then it's here, like I was saying, it's here that the design and your design creativity enters. So you can use this as a first starting point, then you iterate and improve with your ideas, with your knowledge, with your context. So the context that you are working about for a client or for the project exploration you are working on, it always depends on the context. My opinion is that you should never use every first interaction given from the AI as a final result. You can iterate, you can create a new Figma Make project, ask for the same dashboard, and maybe you will get a totally different idea and approach that you can also brainstorm, but you can see the potential here. I think the typography is too small to read, but nevertheless, it's already a great starting point. And let me see, I think you also have here kind of a filtering. Yeah, so that's that's awesome. I didn't request filtering, but he assumed that since this is a dashboard and we have here a table, we already have this filtering stuff. Really cool. But now let's see what he responded to me. So I've created a comprehensive dashboard with a modern blue theme. Okay, here are some potential next steps you could consider. And this is really great to have some potential next steps because maybe, okay, you have this and now what? What can I do? And the way they're suggesting this stuff, I really like this. So you can add real-time data updates and WebSocket connections for live dashboard updates. And here, that's the stuff I was talking to, that you can connect Figma Make to Supabase to turn your idea into a web app that's ready to ship with no coding required. You can access everything that you need to add user authentication, store user data, connect private APIs, and more. And this is really cool because if you have a separate database connected to Supabase and connect Supabase to Figma, you can have here real data. Let me try to just do one or two more tweaks. So I will use the point and click to test. So if I select point to click, I can select here the components. So as you can see, I'm selecting the div and it appears this toolbar. Okay, I can ask for changes, but I have already here some stuff. Let me put here. Okay, I can directly do this here with these main controls. If I click the code icon and it switched from private to code and it goes directly to the code of that component. So if I know how to code, I can go directly here and change stuff. So for example, it says here, welcome back, John. And if I go here, welcome back, Ricardo. So if I change here the code, I think if I then go back to preview, it directly changed. So this is really cool. So you can directly change the information here. That's cool. And let me ask for, can you create a toggle button to turn the dashboard in dark mode? Okay, so let's see if it's successfully created, and there you go, dark mode. Okay, so here it's not the best one, so I don't know what happened here, but it went crazy a bit, but no problem. we could fix this. Yeah, so he assumed this blue, dark blue in the darker background. So we can notice here contrast between cards, but then he completely forgot here. So let me switch to light mode. And yeah, in light mode it's working. We can see the differences, where are the cards placed. But then if I switch to dark mode, it doesn't work pretty well. And this was our first project. Okay, so we have now here our project. Let me ask if you can create projects page. Create the project page. We have these menus, so what will happen if I click here? Does it can create a page for that? Okay, it created already the projects page. So let's see how can we go there. I'm hoping that if I click here, it will move to the projects page. And there you go. You have another dashboard. Okay, so I didn't specify what will be the projects page look like or what information would have. But as you can see, you have more cards with a lot of information already. So I assume that is related to, so let's see, corporate website, AI chat bot. Let's see, where are they here? I think they are here. Okay, no, they aren't. So I don't know where he got that information. So yeah, a bit strange to me because I don't know where is that information. If you are seeing, tell me in the comments, because maybe I'm not finding where is coming this information, the e-commerce, the AI chatbot. I didn't saw any related database, so maybe he's creating just random names for these projects. But as you can see, you have already the overview page, the projects page, and we could create the analytics reports and many other pages. The thing I don't see is what I really like this idea. How can I send this to a Figma file? Can I turn this into a Figma project? I think it's not allowed. So then here on top, you have the project settings. So you can share, usually like you can do it already on Figma design files. You can publish, and you see here, you can give a title, and then you have the subdomain .figma.site. So this is not a .make file. It's like Figma sites feature. It's using the same subdomain. Then you can also change here some settings from your creation, set your domains, and connect to Supabase if you have an account on Supabase to connect your main databases. And here on the left hand side, you have the mobile preview. So yeah, it's incredible. So it's already adjusting to mobile preview. So tablet and desktop. So it has already auto layout. That's really, really awesome to present a project like this one to clients in just a second. So this was everything generated by AI, but if you have your designs, you can do it here. And I will test that with one design that I have. I have this splash screen animation tutorial, which is one of my most visualized videos on YouTube. And I will try to simulate the same animation that I created here. So I will set the preview so that you can see what was created. The video has 3 minutes to create this, so it's pretty fast. I used Smart Animate and a bit of interactions there. Yeah, the idea is here. So the main logo icon rotates, and then it turns white and appears the word hello, and also the background changes from black to this gradient here. Okay, so I will create a new Figma Make project. Okay, paste your Figma frame. So I will select this one, the first one and the last one, and I will paste them here. Okay, what happened? My frame is here. Can't select more than one and paste it. Yeah, it gives me error, but it's not the message, the error message that I get here. Okay, never mind. I will get this one. Not sure if pasting the 4 of them it's the best, but let's see what he can do. Okay, 4 frames. Then this one. Okay, I can add only 4 attachments. So let me delete this one. Ah, come on. He's reasoning without me asking. Yeah, I think I spot here something. So no problem. I will paste it back again. Maybe I think I didn't try it out, enter. Yeah, okay. So let's create the prompt here. So animate. I'm not sure if this is the correct prompt for explaining this, but let's try to see what Make can do in this case. To create this animation in my main file, so here, and you can watch the video that will be in the description, I took 3 minutes, which was pretty much the same. I was trying to upload these images and also this description, and now maybe I will wait 2 or 3 more minutes, and maybe the end result it will not be the same as I wanted for the splash screen tutorial, but let's see what he gave to me. Wow, no. It's completely different from what I was expecting. Even if I switch to mobile, let me try to. Yeah, so not the idea I wanted. I want the black background. Let's give it a try. So as you can see, it depends on the use case. As far as I'm seeing here, I will prompt back again, but I think maybe I'm not being very clear in the prompt. If you think it's that, type in the comments that the prompt would be better to test it. You can also try it for yourself. You can go to the splash screen tutorial, use the file there and try. Okay, so it gives me already another version. Okay, so the rotation of the logo, it's better, but now I don't like this one, the hello. So let me select here. In the animation, this word appears from the center to right of the main logo. Will this help anything? Yeah, but as you can see, I'm already taking too much time in this use case. So for this specific use case, I think doing the animation manually will work best for this case. Or I'm just simply don't typing the best input prompt for this case. Let's give it a try, and then I want to test the final use case if it's possible. Okay, so I'm getting there. Yeah, so I think the next iteration will be select this one and align to center, and I think it would work. I will just fast forward this part. Okay, so let's see. Okay, now it's center aligned, but it aligned the first one. Okay, just forget it. Do it manually, this use case. Okay, but the final one, I want to test one thing. So I will create a new Make project. And I want to create a basic calculator. Let's see if Make can do calculations. So basic operations. Okay, just a simple prompt, no details. And I'm expecting with this simple modern calculator, I'm expecting numbers from 0 to 9, basic operations, clear and equals functionality. Is already telling me here that he will create that, so that's awesome. Modern responsive design. I know that he will follow the main instructions for the basic calculator. And here we have it. We have our calculator, but let's see if it's really possible to do some calculation. So 5 plus 5 equals... Ta-na-na-na. 10. And can I add on top of it? So 10 plus 8 equals 18. Wow. And minus 5. Okay, you can do a lot of calculations here. And yeah, this was the thing I wanted to test at the end right now, because the video is already too long. I can try to create other explorations. You can tell me in the comments what kind of stuff you want to see. So my final thoughts are that this tool is really, really impressive, because from just a few prompts, you could get animations, you could get a web application. Of course, you need to do your tweaks, and that's why we are designers, we are the creatives, and we should never lose our criticism regarding this stuff and never get these first responses from AI as the best ones or the correct ones. You have experience, you have context, you have the knowledge also, so you should always do that. If I created that UI dashboard, which was impressive, because in 5 minutes I got from simple prompts a complex UI dashboard, but then I need to analyze which components make sense to keep it and which components make sense to change it. But the big advantage that these tools are bringing to us is that if you are running into a creative block, you can waste 5 minutes, 10 minutes giving some prompts and waiting for the end results, and you can use that results to get some ideas. And if you think of it, instead of having 1 to 2 hours or any other hours that you use to brainstorm, you can get these ideas a lot faster, and then you can use your creative thinking hours to improve those designs and create better products. Because at the end, it's our job is to create better products, better designs, and solve real problems for people. By getting these designs faster, you can use that experience that you have to solve better problems. And I think it's here the main point, at least the way I think right now in this day, is that we can use AI to team up with us to better solve these kind of problems. And yeah, Figma Make, I think it will improve during the time, because we have other players in the market. We have Lovable, we have Bolt, Framer, and Webflow are also doing this kind of stuff. So there's a lot of players in the market, and I know that Figma will not stop here. We are seeing it. This year they release Figma sites, Figma Make. Of course, they need to improve a lot of stuff. And if you are working with Figma in your daily basis, I think you should give it a try using Figma Make and see what explorations you can do, what results this tool brings to you. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you are about to test this, and if you are already testing it, what kind of tests are you doing and explorations, and what stuff do you want me to see creating next. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Have a nice day.